If police arrested you with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume you had done? I guarantee they'd think it was just a mistake, smiley face, drug possession, excessive speed, espionage, probably some BLM shit, though the most I've ever done is gone to a peaceful neighborhood gathering years ago. The specter of BLM looms so large in my parents' heads. LOL. I know their imaginations would run wild. I don't think they could pin down any single assumption. Told the cop he had a small dick. Drugs. Killed someone with car. I tried to take over the world and brain set me up. Murder. Probably justified. Depends on the day, really. Probably like attempted suicide or for being gay, only my friends know this. Stole someone's heart. Hacking. DUI and/or possession of a concealed handgun. If you could make anything illegal, and the law couldn't be undone, what would you make illegal? Multi-level marketing schemes, dark money and politics, along with banning ownership of stock for elected officials, using Bluetooth speakers in public on transit, child beauty pageants, gerrymandering, politicians being able to buy stocks in any form, civil asset forfeiture, asking for a tip, putting a tip request on an order before service is rendered. Politicians should have a set salary that voters had to approve raising, and they shouldn't be able to take a dime from anyone. They should just make their salary and serve their terms. Asking for 5 years of experience and calling it an entry-level job with bad pay. Serving in Congress for longer than 8 years. Ticket resellers. Children on social media or child influencers. Kids can't fully consent to that, and parents have no right to put their kids on display like that. Also, family vlogging channels. Lobbying. People who prefer winter over summer. What are your reasons? The cold weather is much more comfortable and no bugs. 1. I like being cozy. 2. You can always put on another layer. Only so much you can take off. 3. I hate the feeling of sweat. 4. No bugs. 5. I love the smell of winter air. Especially when it is about to snow. It's hard to describe it. 6. It is peaceful. No loudness outside like fireworks or leaf blowers. I live in the South. I opened the door to walk my dog this morning, and the heat slapped me in the face and called me a little bitch boy. When it's hot, I can only remove so much clothes before I'm arrested. In winter I can add all the layers I want until I am satisfied. It's not hot AF outside. No yard work, no bugs. 1. Soup. 2. Football. 3. Holidays. 4. I don't sweat balls everywhere. What American city has fallen the furthest in the last 5 years? Jackson, Mississippi. The murder rate is literally unbelievable, and the decay of the city and basic amenities is really tragic. Not a big city, but I drove through Meridian, MS after several years, and the decay was really shocking. Everything seemed shuttered and dead, except Walmart. I just wanted to say I'm from Detroit and I'm really proud of my city for how it's bouncing back recently. Hearing about these makes me appreciate the progress Detroit has made in the last 5-10 years. The Motor City is getting better every day. Apparently it's Houston, which has been averaging a subsidence of 17 millimeters a year. Parts of the city have fallen up to 3 meters since 1917. The answer is Davenport, Iowa, but no one gives a SHD about it, including the elected officials of Davenport, Iowa. What celebrity's death did not take you by surprise? I'm just surprised Charlie Sheen is alive and kicking it. Patrick Swayze and Alex Trebek. Given the abysmal statistic that 95% of pancreatic cancer patients are dead within 5 years of diagnosis. Elvis. In the year before his death he went from looking rough to looking like death. And somehow Dick Van Dyke is still going. Feels like he's been in his 90s for 20 years. Betty White. What discontinued menu item from a restaurant do you miss the most? The $2 Frito burrito at Taco Bell. Salads at McDonald's. Snack wrap. Caramel apple empanadas from Taco Bell. I was stationed overseas in the 1980s and didn't return to the States for 2 years. I love the beefy tostada at Taco Bell, and it was the only food I missed at all. I came home and first thing went to the local TB and ordered one, and the cashier looked at me like I was a crazy person. She had never even heard of it. It was the perfect combination of crunch, meat, cheese, lettuce and sour cream. Cool Ranch Doritos tacos from Taco Bell. 90s prices. Fruit and yogurt parfait from McDonald's. Don't understand why they got rid of it. Ice cream turkeys from Baskin-Robbins. It wasn't really November until Grandma called to get everyone's ice cream order for their turkeys. What do you wish wasn't so expensive? Living. Vaguely gestures at everything. Existing. Food. Houses. Cars. Everything. Someone who is arranging my grandma's funeral, and she had no life insurance. The whole thing is a racket. Housing and healthcare. Beef jerky. Given its price, you'd think it's made from gold. College university. It's a crime what they're charging kids these days. I managed to get through myself with student loans and 3 jobs, but today's students don't have that chance. The university I went to was only $1,500 semester, 30 years ago. Now it's $12,000. For a state university, fruits and vegetables, everything, regular Ask groceries, everything housing, transportation, insurance, healthcare, food, internet, taxes, cell phones and cell phone service, childcare, entertainment. What food hurt you the most as a child? Pizza. You always gotta wait a few minutes after the pizza comes out of the oven. Sneaking a spoonful of Hershey's Cocoa Mix while your parents aren't home isn't as good as I thought it would be. Vanilla extract. Shit smelled so good but was pure dog shit. Lifesavers candy. Gave it to my sick granny, but she still died. Onions. I wouldn't go near them as a kid, fried or raw or otherwise. Now I love them. What job would you be terrible at? Salesman. I cannot sell people on something I do not believe in or think they would benefit from or enjoy. Teacher. Therapist because I'd get fed up with people. 911 dispatch. You wanna hear a grown man cry and panic more than the caller? I'm your guy. Lifeguard or tower distributor in pools. Like I cannot wait like 8 hours in the sun and not see any action. Babysitter. Front desk of a hotel. Just waiting in line. I've heard the most insufferable, overprivileged sacks of crap checking in. I'd be coming over the counter. Lol. Chef. Female stripper. I just can't keep my penis ducked while swinging on the pole. Surgeon. My hands are too shaky. I'd also probably be a terrible bomb technician. Diffuser. Anything with numbers. I hate them. Anything that involves being social and upbeat and networking online a lot. Lifeguard due to my inability to swim. What's the best response to "you're gay"? You wish. Holds his hand. We're gay, only in your wettest dreams. Why, you looking for a top? Always work some hoodie. Was that a statement or a question? Some dude call my nephew gay because he's extremely awkward. Well, when the dude called him gay in front of everyone, my nephew said, I know, that's why you and I are sleeping together. Loudly say no, I won't be gay for you. No, I'm Patrick. I'm not gay, my boyfriend is. Your dad sure doesn't have a problem with it. I am. I used this in high school and the kid bullying me had no second word. I'm not gay, but he could not even form a sentence. He completely lost his shit. Someone called my nephew gay the other day. He responded by saying, you have gay people on the mind a lot. Is there something you need to tell me? So's your wife. I'm out of your league. What's the most physically painful thing that has happened to you? Ovarian cyst rupturing. An RPG blast blowing out a 4-inch section of my forearm bone. Herniated spinal disc at L5S1. I laid in bed crying for a week. A horse stepped on my pinky toe and wouldn't get off. I was 14 and riding a bike barefoot. Caught my foot in the spoke and tore my big toe completely off. 6 surgeries and 50 years later, it resembles Frankenstein's, but I can walk pain-free and with a barely noticeable limp. Fist. Cluster migraines. Nothing like begging to every god and devil you can think of to either save or kill you. Salmonella. It feels like acid is eating your insides. Also, abscessed tooth. Feels like an ice pick slammed into your gums. I stubbed my toe while watering my spice garden and I only cried for 20 minutes. What's the worst advice someone gave you? Stop caring and they'll stop bothering you. It only stopped with a single act of very out of the blue extreme violence. You can only lose 100 of your money, but win infinitely. A guy in a casino. I didn't take it. Put a potato in your pants to impress the ladies. Apparently they meant for me to put it in the front. Man shrugging. I'll never forget when someone advised me, you don't need a backup of your important files, the cloud has got you covered. Cue the tears when I lost all my data. Depression isn't real, it's just an excuse your generation makes for being lazy. You just need to do your part in society and get a job so you don't sit around all day and think these thoughts. Meanwhile, I'm 14 and hearing this with severe clinical depression and would soon be diagnosed with multiple disorders relating to depression and anxiety. Like, yeah, thanks, I'll get right on that. Why didn't I think of that in the first place? What's the worst smell you've ever smelled? Rotting body. A combination of pallets of expired meat, dairy, and produce mass tossed into a metal dumpster and left to rot in the U.S. deep south summer heat for 3 days. Burnt out rear differential fluid. One sniff and instant purge for me. OMG when my cat released his anal glands from fear at the vet. No, do not recommend. 40 dead bodies in a house in the Iraqi desert heat. Broken colostomy bag. I stepped into the corpse of a well-aged, and maggot-covered, raccoon. That smell drew up a deep fear within it, my core lizard brain. I still feel revolted by it writing about it now. It literally changed my mind from wanting to be buried, to wanting to be cremated. The smell coming off the body of someone who had committed suicide by drinking bleach. Truly horrible. I still struggle with the smell of bleach now, over 30 years later. Steve. What's your "I put that shit on everything" ingredient? Not me, but yesterday I learned my cousin's ingredient is Old Bay. Flakes of red chili pepper. Unnecessary pressure. Lemon juice. Salt. Black peppercorn and salt. Smoked paprika. Garlic salt. Cayenne pepper. Chili crisp. There is no such thing as too much garlic, believe me. Hot sauce is the best. Fire, fire. Message. Garlic. Tony Chug. Tahini chili lime. Hui fong sriracha if I could find it. Montreal steak seasoning. Sesame chili oil. Soy sauce. Any other person in here ever heard of za'atar? It's an Arabic rind of the za'atar plant. Tastes literally amazing, and in many Arab PPLS views, it can go on every non-sweet food. Adobo. Pepper. Black, white, red? Yes, all of them. Also I'm weird. Cumin.